check it out. Look at this thing. Yeah, we've got a new cargo option for the AeroPack, and it's backwards compatible. All right, let's dive into it. By now, many of you probably have heard of Tailfin, and if not, well, they kind of taken the industry by storm. Since launching in 2016, the team in the UK has really steadily pushed out their full set of bags, creating high-end cargo systems that are sleek, smart, and stable. So they really have prioritized kind of convenience and performance from the start, and well, as brands evolve, so do their products. And this is really their first significant redesign that we have seen from them. And well, it all makes sense now since, well, they have officially rounded out a full bike packing kit with their bar bag launch late last year. All right, so let's kind of rewind a little bit here. So Tailfin launched the AeroPack back in July of 2018 through a Kickstarter campaign, which quickly blew past its goal. So that success translated directly into the foundation of their core product line. So we've been really trying to stay on top of all of these new bike bag offerings in the bike packing world, the bike world. And well, between a few other brands and Tailfin, it's well been a busy and exciting time for this kind of small but growing corner of the cycling industry. So a lot of what you'll find in my original AeroPack review actually still applies here. The core concept is the exact same. It's made from the same Haplon ripstop nylon, and it is still as stable as ever. And well, the launch of this new cargo bag is not the end of the actual AeroPack bag. You just have options now. But if you didn't know, I'll help you out here. So the AeroPack is a unique kind of hybrid design with a soft cargo bag mounted on top of a carbon or alloy arch. So it attaches to two spots. You've got the rear axle using some clever clamp system that kind of gives it a near universal fit thanks to their unique through axle. And then you also have a seat tube mounted clamp, or I guess seat post mounted clamp. Before we dive into the differences of the bags here, I do want to take a quick moment to let you all know that this video is supported in part by Coros, the brand behind the Coros Dura Solar GPS bike computer. So the Dura is a head unit that you might have seen in some of our videos, and for good reason. It offers an impressive 120 hours of battery life on a single charge. In fact, I only had to charge mine once over a 6-month period. So if that wasn't enough, it features highly efficient solar panels on top, which make a noticeable difference in sunny conditions. So with simple controls and intuitive navigation, it's perfect for bike packing or day rides of any length. So to learn a little bit more about this award-winning cycling head unit, you can click on the card in the top right corner, or else follow the link in the description below. All right, so what is new here? Well, let's break it down. So first off, the AeroPack Cargo or AP18 Cargo Bag isn't a replacement for the original AeroPack bag, like I mentioned. It's designed to sit alongside it. Like the original AeroPack bag, it works with both the integrated AeroPack system and their top rack setup. So I'm using it on the integrated version here, but the bag is cross-compatible with either platform, of course, using the appropriate hardware. But the goal with this new cargo version was to offer a more modular storage option with updated features based on rider feedback. So Tailfin certainly leaned on their R&D division and, of course, customer feedback to figure out what people loved about the original version and what they'd change. So the biggest ask here was, well, people wanted pockets and easy access, and that's exactly what this bag delivers. Now, both the original and cargo versions use roll top closure to actually keep things kind of sealed and dry. But instead of rolling it down and connecting via buckles on the front and back of the bag, the new version rolls towards the center and actually clips to itself, kind of like a standard dry bag. It's a small tweak that results in I'd say, cleaner, more compact pack job. So Tailfin also dropped the side zippers, which not only acted as kind of side storage without actually having to undo the whole system, but also in a way was a purge valve to purge air. Instead, though, they added a proper purge valve that is found on, I'd say, many other bags in the industry. I actually think I first saw this kind of design on the welded Revelate Tailfin dry bag, I don't know, a long time ago. So I'd say the biggest addition to this new version is these kind of spandexy expandable mesh side pockets. So these first showed up on their new bar bag and were an instant hit, and now they're here and, well, it's perfect. It's like your cargo pockets on your pants. Those are in style, right? Maybe. So these pockets add around 3 extra liters of usable space, maybe even more. Great for tossing in layers, food, or anything you really need to access on the go, like a small tripod. What do you know? Yeah, to gather the footage that I'm capturing right now. That all said, they're not just for the casual rider, I would say. I could definitely see ultra-endurance riders using this, and actually their ultra-endurance R&D team have been really excited about this added flexibility, and I can see that as, well, it will take less time to pack things. You want to go faster? Well, just shove it in there. That all said, accessing the new compartment is now a little easier. So the original used kind of 2 adjustable compression straps and buckles, front and back. Now it's just one long TPU strap that kind of wraps around the middle, securing the main load while also locking down anything stashed in the side pockets. It's very adjustable, but I found it actually much easier to use and less finicky, especially when it is tightened down with an uneven load. So rounding out the design here, the bag includes 3 carbon rods that kind of help retain its shape and prevent any lateral bulging when the main compartment is fully loaded. The cargo bag also features a bright contrast interior, which is a nice upgrade over the all black interior of the original AeroPack. And there's added reflective detail on the exterior for just more visibility, and now a single row of slits on the back for added lights. The install here is super easy. So if you already have this integrated style AeroPack, well, you've got 2 options here. So you can, if you really want to, buy some new hardware from Tailfin and mount it on the bag, or what you could do is just reuse the hardware from your original bag, which is easier. So in my case, all I had to do was remove the 2 bolts at the back that connect to the arch, and then the 2 up front that mount around the seat post or seat tube. Then just screw them into the new cargo bag. The whole process might take 5 minutes, if that. I would just make sure that you have some thread lock on all of those bolts if it's not already applied, and you're good to go. All right, so this is still more of a first look video than a full review. I've only done a handful of rides with this new system. I haven't taken it out on an overnighter yet, but with my early impressions, I'm pretty impressed. So I already prefer this setup over the original AeroPack bag. Not because it carries more, though Tailfin does say it is for riders who want to pack a little bit more, but because it's a tighter system with a bit more flexibility. Literally, like the pockets in this thing will go forever, I think. So one thing I did notice, when you do roll that roll top closure and compress the closure system by buckling those buckles together, it does take a bit more kind of dexterity and effort compared to that old front and back strap and buckle system. But the trade-off is certainly worth it. It certainly results in a cleaner, more balanced pack. With the previous system, I found that tightening from both ends sometimes made the bag look, I don't know, a little stretched out and uneven, like it almost kind of wasn't actually packed right. I don't know. Also, by shifting that kind of roll top connection to the middle, it actually kind of pulls that weight slightly rearward, which does give a bit more clearance when compressing a dropper post. It's not a huge amount, but for those running a dropper post with maybe even a smaller frame or something, a few millimeters can make a big difference here. One issue I still have, especially on kind of rough terrain like descending tech on a hardtail or something like that with the dropper all the way slammed down, is hitting my butt on the bag. So it's kind of tall compared to other systems out there. And while that's not the end of the world, I'd say if you do find yourself rocking this bag on some super steep single track, your butt's gonna be kissing the bag plenty. I would absolutely love to see a lower profile arch someday that kind of sits tighter to the rear wheel. I don't know how that works, what that looks like, but I would like something like that. Another small change worth mentioning, on the underneath side of the rear part of the bag, there are now 2 mounting points that are spaced 64 millimeters apart to fit any cargo cages or water bottle cages. So if you wanted to carry extra water bottle or extra gear, it's doable right there. They also offer a kind of accessory mount that basically mimics a seat post so that you can mount any rear light. All right, so all in all, the new cargo or AP18 rack top cargo system is a smart, practical evolution of the original design. It's not a replacement, it's an alternative. And for me, it's, well, a better alternative. It's easier to use, especially with the new single strap compression system. It doesn't require as much adjustment, and well, it just packs a load much tighter and cleaner. That all said, both versions work well. Both are rock solid on the bike and offer a ton of usable space. But if you're looking for, I'd say, a little bit more expandable storage, easier access, and I'd say more waterproof overall design, the new cargo system is probably the better fit. I'll be hanging on to my old AeroPack bag, but honestly, I don't see myself using it as much. The side pockets alone make the cargo version way more useful for the kind of riding I'm doing. When it comes to options, here's what you got. 3 main options. So you can just buy the cargo bag. If you already have an AeroPack or a rack top bag with the existing hardware, well, you can just buy the cargo bag on its own. That'll run you $205 USD. So the second setup is for the rack top setup if you want to use the bag with that. So you'd get the bag plus the rack top bag connectors, and that's just basically hardware, and there's a bundle where you can get those connectors. So the bag and bundle is $260 USD. And the third is the full AeroPack upgrade with the cargo bag on top. So if you are going all in and want that full AeroPack cargo setup, the upgrade cost is going to be $40 USD over the standard AeroPack, which will vary depending on what rack type you get, aluminum or carbon, pannier or no pannier. All right, so what do you all think about the AeroPack Cargo or AP18 rack top bag? Let me know in the comment section below. As always, thank you all so much for watching. And if you like what you saw in this video and want to see more like it, please hit that subscribe button and notification bell. And if you want to help support BIKEPACKING.com as a whole, our YouTube channel, everything we're doing here, you can do so by joining the Bikepacking Collective. The Collective offers a lot of awesome perks, including industry discounts, monthly giveaways, the twice yearly Bikepacking Journal, and the new Base Camp. So, to learn a little bit more about Basecamp and the Bikepacking Collective, you can click on the card in the top right corner or else follow the link in the description below. As always, thank you all so much for watching, and until next time, pedal further. All right, it is late and it is time to go to bed.